Today we'll take you on an adventure in and just outside Sydney, Australia. Join us on our first 24 hours. You'll see some of their amazing transit system, meet a couple of business people cutting loose after a long work week, take the train to the gorgeous Blue Mountains, and spend the day with a wonderful couple and their fur baby, sharing some of the greatest things with us that their home has to offer. Here's the intro. We're a middle-aged, middle-class couple with a passion to see the world on a budget, and we'd love to show you how you can do the same. It's easier than you think. We've visited more than 30 countries, been to all 7 continents, and seen some of the world's most amazing things.
Well, we went to the train here. This one at the airport. And it pretty much takes you all the way into the city. People always ask us, how do we decide where we're going to go? Well, just like everybody else, it goes down to price. I happen to stroll upon a tickets for both of us. Pretty much buy one, get one free.
The best deal we found was through Fiji Airlines. They're a budget airline and limit your carry-on, and you have a fee for heavier bags and checked luggage. But that worked great for us. Plus, they hand out bottles of Fiji water.
Close the doors. There we go. Just like in London where they say, mind the gap. Yeah, it's doing that here too. But, there was quite a bit of paperwork here getting into Australia. Or for,
which I hear is still less than we require.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's still less than the US. So when you come to Sydney, come out of there and just go right across into the terminal, go downstairs, and hit the trains. That's the cheapest way by far. You can always take an Uber or a taxi or something like that, but why spend the extra money? You don't have to. And trains take you right downtown Sydney. It's a thing called Opal Card, and that will give you can get a day pass, week pass, or whatever.
As for the best way to get from the airport to your hotel, the price for Uber varies depending on what terminal you're leaving from, time of day, how far you're going. The price can vary when using Uber from the airport, depending on whether it's peak times or not. When you take the train, it varies as well, but the variables are much less. Taxis are just always expensive as usual. Sydney, though, has an amazing transit system, and the prices with that vary as well, but the range is much lower. The train will run, depending on whether it's peak time or not, from anywhere from $2.80 to $9.84 per person. For the train, you'll need an Opal card. You can easily get one somewhere in the terminal. They have machines, they have kiosks. Currently, $1 Australian dollar is 65 cents US. So while you'd think we'd spend a lot less when all was said and done, prices listed are quite a bit higher. Things kind of average out. For instance, like a Snickers bar in Sydney costs about $2.20. In the US, it's about $1.40. Convert the $2.20 Australian money to American money, and it's about $1.43, which is really, really close to the same.
And out we go, downtown Sydney. There it is, boom! Big, beautiful city. Clean streets, electric bikes. We're talking to the lady on the train, and she said the minimum wage here is $27 an hour. That's the starting wage here. Yeah, I think US is $7.10 an hour. They said it is very expensive here, but it's Sydney. But for that kind of wage, the 2 people can make a decent living.
They can do it.
Yeah, it's feasible. And you can see our place right there at the edge. Take 10 steps out of the train station, there we are. Getting even better than that. Bam! From the train, you can actually see the Opera House, which is right off the train. So I definitely recommend that. It'd save you some money if you come when you come to Sydney. Don't pay for an Uber if you don't have to. I mean, if you have 4 or 5 people, it might save you some money. But just as a couple, $20 is plenty. $20 is $20, and you could use it for drinks later.
And it adds up quick.
And it adds up quick, exactly. We are room 36 right here. So here's one of them right here. It's empty, so I can go in here. Shh, don't tell nobody.
The Occidental Hotel is heritage listed and has been running since 1850. When we arrived, it was quiet and empty. It's located in the heart of the CBD, Central Business District, and not the chemical found in cannabis. That's illegal here.
What are we paying now for this?
Oh, not much. We paid $75 for 2 nights.
$75 for 2 nights. That is a bargain. I think we used our credit card points and now we're staying here for free. It's not a bad deal. Like I said, downstairs, that restaurant. Wow,
We'll
super
probably
nice.
be going down there.
And we're gonna have a drink here in a little while, so stay tuned. And here's our room. Our first room in Sydney.
Oh, wow. Not too bad.
A room that has cost us absolutely nothing. A full fridge, so if you want to save some money. Fridge, not unlike the States, you get a little teeny one. This is actually a full fridge. Not one in your house, but you know, at least waist high. Microwave, television. I guess they give you a bigger fridge, but smaller television. so, and this is nice. Here's a window. I'll look in the street. There's a park over there. Not too bad. Really old school. That's old wood pine right here. And the 2 beds. So if I will sleep together, when Susan starts snoring, I'll jump over to this bed. But
I'll just follow.
of course, if you want to have coffee and tea, and you did notice inside the fridge there was some creamer in there, but coffee is a very big thing here, and it's very sociable, like a lot like Europe. And of course, that's the most important thing right there. See what that is? Oh yeah, AC. Oh yeah, the best.
I'm very much looking forward to a shower and a nap. And then hitting the street.
Yep.
That sounds bad.
Okay, here's more coming pretty soon.
Met an Australian. I'm going to give him techniques to talk to Australians. G'day, mate. Alright?
Yeah, is that for the prisoners?
Yeah,
or is that
prisoners.
just what they say
That's
here?
for the prisoners.
When you're prisoners, yeah.
Give me a schooner.
Just give me a schooner. What's that?
Schooner.
A beer.
It's a beer.
A beer. Schooner beer.
I want a schooner. Right?
I'm buying.
I'm buying. If an Australian says to you, I'm buying,
Yeah.
you're in.
Yeah, I'm buying. You mean you're in?
Yeah. Yep. Mate.
Mate. Yeah.
It's all about the colloquialism, right? So if I say to you, hey bro, let's go and have a beer, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go. That's what it's all about.
Nice.
That's what it's all about. Okay, the old American. Thumbs up, everything.
We're here sitting here outside. You see where we're at here in front of the station here. Here's the train we were just on. So it's real simple. If you're downtown Sydney, you jump on the first train you see there, Central Station, go platform 11, and when you go to platform 11, it takes you straight here to the Blue Mountains.
We misunderstood the directions to the Blue Mountains Visitor Center, so got off the train 2 stops too late. When wandering around looking for a walking trail, Roger approached Sharon and Maisie to ask directions. Instead of telling us how to get there, we found her husband Steve, and this wonderful family spent a few hours taking us to high tea and showing us many of the sights of their beautiful hometown and beyond.
Do you want one?
Yeah, go ahead and tell us, what's it called again?
Lamington. Oh, sorry. This
Here we are.
we're just getting some water.
We're just explaining.
High tea originated in 1840s England when a duchess needed a late afternoon snack. Australia picked up the tradition in the late 1880s. Although when having high tea first began, it was only a cup of tea with bread and butter. It's now evolved to have options including finger sandwiches and small cakes and scones.
To these guys what a Lamington is because they're not from here. It's just that they're not from here.
One of the world's best cakes is what it
Is
is.
it really that good?
Plain cake, soft sponge cake, chocolate icing. There's on 4 sides. So
Well, we'll show you.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Okay.
And then rolled in coconut. That's
I lived in Vancouver for many years,
Nice.
so I am familiar with the area.
We're from Vancouver, Washington.
Is there a Vancouver?
There
in
is,
Washington?
right across the border from Portland,
Yes. He knows exactly where it is.
which is one of
Yes.
my, Portland is one of my favorite cities.
Yes, we go there a lot because it's right across the river, yeah.
This is Maisie.
I love Maisie.
She's our old girl, got a beautiful girl.
Yeah, what they call he called this an almond layer cake.
An almond cake, and you're both having the same kind of coffee?
Yeah, flat white
Flat
they
white.
call it.
Flat white.
Flat white is well known in Australia.
You can get it at Starbucks, but it's not as good.
Okay.
The coffee of choice in Australia is called the flat white, similar to an espresso with foam milk.
And that is, what is that?
This
That's
is
a
your
Lamington.
Lamington.
Oh, Lamington.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Lamington cake is very popular among the Australian people. It's a small square sponge cake coated with chocolate icing covered with coconut. Some people spice it up with jam in the middle. It's so well loved that July 21st is National Lamington Day. The story is that the wife of a long ago governor of Queensland, Lord Lamington, well, his wife came up with the cake around 1901.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Adrian, for everything. I hope you like Pacific Northwest.
Most welcome.
Okay, we gotta, our right is...
Yes.
Guys, enjoy your day.
Thank you so much.
so much.
We just met the nicest people in the world.
They're lovely.
And they're driving a Skoda.
Lauren and Clement Auto was founded in the Kingdom of Bohemia by Lauren and Clement in 1895. In 1905, they started manufacturing cars in what was then Austria-Hungary. In 1925, Lauren and Clement was acquired by Skoda. Today, the Skoda company is owned by Volkswagen in the Czech Republic.
So right-hand drive in Australia?
It used to be the laughing stock of cars in the world. They were dreadful. But now they were bought by VW, and VW makes Skodas in Czechoslovakia. We have this massive engine in this car. It's 1.4 litre engine. It is turbocharged.
Yes.
Which it needs to be when you want to go fast somewhere.
Well, in the States, no one knows what a Skoda is. And so we don't have Skodas.
There's a kangaroo died.
Oh.
Yeah, trucks. The other thing is that when they're on the ground, they're very vulnerable to other predators.
Yes.
Like,
Foxes and
well, like dogs, wild dogs. Yeah.
Blue Mountain Heritage Center.
yeah, tourist centre.
Yeah, these are neat trees.
So they're the wattles. You see the yellow ones?
Yellow flowers, that's wattle. That's a
Australians love their wattle trees. The golden wattle is so popular that not only is it the nation's floral emblem, but also they celebrate it every September 1st for Wattle Day.
But there are many species. Some are like big trees and some are just little bushes.
Pets, well, mostly dogs, aren't allowed in most national parks, which was weird to us. We're used to people taking their dogs with them everywhere. But not only do they sometimes damage endangered floral and fauna, but many of the parks also have poisonous bait out to combat the invasive foxes.
Look at this. Oh, it's breathtaking. Absolute breathtaking.
waterfall down there, darling. Darling? There's the waterfall down there.
Yeah.
What about that?
Oh,
So
Just a little one.
this is the Jamison Valley. Down here is called Blue Gum Forest. That rock formation there is called Pulpit Rock.
Pulpit Rock.
They're named the Blue Mountains because from a distance they appeared blue with a haze covering them. The Blue Mountains are sandstone mountains covered with eucalyptus forests.
oh my gosh, that's you don't see things like that very often. Australia is a beautiful, beautiful country. Oh, we just take a train, and these wonderful people have taken us here in their car and to one of the most beautiful tour spots of all of Australia, here in the Blue Mountains. And it's amazing, and you can tell. So when you come to Australia, it's not good day, mate. Good day. Good day, mate. That's how you say to somebody if you talk to somebody. Good day, mate. Not good day. Good day. And the theory of saying hello, mate, not like mate like prisoners, because back in the day, that's got no reference of that. It's something I saw on Facebook. Yeah. So anyway, it's a lie. Yes. Anyway.
The Hydro Majestic began as the Belgravia Hotel, and it was a health spa in 1904. When that failed, the owner renamed it the Hydro Majestic, and it was a luxury retreat. The hotel suffered a couple of fires and was turned into a hospital during World War II, and then declined for decades, until it was bought by new owners and refurbished in the 1990s. And it's recently being redeveloped again and is beautiful with a view you can only imagine. The dome part of the grounds is called the casino, although strangely it was never a casino and it was the ballroom. The dome was purchased and shipped from Chicago in 1902 and reassembled in 1903. While still being renovated, the place is stunningly beautiful. We're so thankful they decided to share much of their day with us. We saw many things we wouldn't have even known to see, including the high tea. Not to mention they're just wonderful people.
Here we are at the Three Sisters, having an ice cream cone. It's just amazing here. We've seen some other views here in Blue Mountains, and we had a great tour guide, and boy, they were amazing. He's a preacher, and they have a wonderful dog. And they took us around for about 2 hours in their town. But to say that there's great people all over the world. I mean, we just met Steve and Sharon in the park. Asked them a question, and he's like, you know what? We'll just take you around our city, sister cities. And so they didn't have to do that. And then they bought us lunch. They called it high tea. Yes, they called it high tea. And so anyway, they bought us high tea, and then he just took us here and dropped us off, and that's what we asked for. Well, we couldn't ask for any more than that. It's just amazing. Anyway, so here we are at the Three Sisters, and look at this amazing view. This is the third place we've been here already, but look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
Looks like there's a little sister that they forgot to mention.
Look at that. But we are happy for what this trip has been out so far. I mean, the Australian people are just the nicest people we've ever met. It is incredible. Well, look at this whole valley right here. Those are the Three Sisters over there.
The Blue Mountains are part of the Great Dividing Range and are located about 30 miles outside of Sydney. The Aboriginal people have lived here for over 30,000 years. The mountains were considered impassable by the British and were used to keep the political convicts from escaping in that direction. Now accessible by train and car, the mountains are very popular for their hiking, rock climbing, and mountain biking, and sightseers where Aboriginal sites, waterfalls, and breathtaking views await you. They have been visited by over 8 million people in 2018 alone. The mountains are home to over 400 different animals, including kangaroo, koala, and dingo, all living in the forest consisting mostly of eucalyptus trees. The Three Sisters, of course, have a story. It's disputed as to whether it's a real Aboriginal legend or not, but here's the story they tell tourists. A long time ago, three sisters fell in love with three brothers from another tribe. The brothers were angered when tribal law forbade them from marrying the sisters, and a war soon began between the tribes. An elder turned the sisters into stone to protect them from the battle, but the elder was soon killed, leaving the sisters stuck as stone forever.
If you really think about it, air travel is amazing. About, 100 years ago, you're like telling somebody, hey, I'm going to go to travel all over the world. They're like, how are you going to do that? Horse and buggy?
Yeah. Takes months to sail anywhere.
Yeah. And now, we can be here in 16 hours. It's a pain in the neck. Don't get me wrong. You're sitting in a tube.
Literally a pain in the neck.
yeah. Ain't that the truth?
And the butt and the back.
But look, we're here, our 7th continent. And we're walking through the mountains of Australia. Meeting a beautiful couple we met in the park after being on a train for an hour and a half from Sydney. And walking through the Blue Mountains. It is absolutely amazing to travel. Could never met Steve and Sharon. You can't get that from anywhere except from travel. We were in Cuba when we met Jorge, and Jorge welcomed us in his house. We had no place to stay. That was incredible. Yeah, and now here we are walking through the jungle in Australia. We're hearing sounds we've never heard before. I'm like, what was that? Yeah. We had last night, we had some beers with the people who sell stocks and bonds on the stock market here. Yeah, and they were like, they were a little drunk, but it's nice to actually have people who, you're from the US, let's buy you a beer.
Yep.
So that was nice.
I love the tad tipsy.
Yeah, so it was great. Views you're seeing behind us, I mean, it's amazing. You don't see trees like this in the US very often. It's really cool looking.
Giant Stairway is a 998-stair trail that leads to the Honeymoon Bridge, which connects to one of the sisters. The stairs were built in the 1880s and are very steep, and you can no longer access the sisters. Echo Point Lookout has multiple trails of varying difficulties, so there's one for everyone. There's nearby scenic driving route, interesting and unique birds, and the scenic Skyway, the world's tallest single-span cable car, and a newly rebuilt visitor center.
Look behind us. This is Central Station right here, almost downtown. We're just a few blocks from downtown Sydney, but this is the main train station, pretty much anywhere you want to go. Intercourse, great concourse.
Not intercourse.
Yeah, not intercourse, it's concourse. So yeah, I get that was messed up for some reason. But anyway.
The Central Railway Station was completed in 1906 and is heritage listed. Over 45 million passengers go through here annually. Over the years, it has been updated and expanded and now has 26 platforms and 30 tracks. Sydney has an amazing transit system. They have massive train coverage, buses, and even ferries that can all be paid for with your credit card or Opal card.
Anybody who wants to get around Sydney, they take the train. That's the best way to do it. So for us to go all the way to the Blue Mountains and back, it's about $40. Now that's a deal. I mean, you take a cab, it takes an hour and a half to 2 hours to get there and back, but it's really a great deal. On the way there,
We saw some wallabies on the side playing. Seals everywhere pretending they're just normal birds.
Well, we decided to come to a bar just right down the road from our place. A restaurant here. It's a German bar. Had some German beer. Of course, you can see, I already drank mine. Mohenbrau. I had this when I was a kid. Well, I didn't have it when I was a kid. I saw it when I was a kid. I've had this is my third one. So, and Susan got one here too. She got one here too. And so, it's been absolutely perfect. We got a couple different kind of sausages. Sue's got the chicken. Amazing. Anyway, we got some live music right here in front row. I can't believe they sit us right here in front. Absolutely perfect. And this is exactly hit the spot after a long day in the Blue Mountains. And now, I think we're gonna go home, back to our room, and take a nice little nap, but what a great day in the Blue Mountains. Couldn't ask for a better day in the Blue Mountains. Perfect. Like and subscribe.